Hey, Dak, turn this shit up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Ty, back with another one, guys. It's been a fat minute, but don't worry, I'm back and I got another best class setup video for you guys. Now this right here is actually my favorite class setup in the entire game. It is the best gun in the game. So, and you guys already know what it is. It's probably the most cheesiest gun in this game. It takes the least amount of skill, but trust me, it's worth using. And if you guys are not having a bad day, pull this out. Trust me, you will not regret it. Now, before we get into this video, if you guys can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with any one of your friends, and turn those post notifications so you don't miss another video from your boy, I will greatly appreciate that. Today's gameplay, guys, we got a double nuke using the stoner. Now, a lot of people might not think that's impressive because it is a stoner, but I don't care. This is definitely the best class, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these first attachments. Now, I don't ever really recommend using the stoner without an optic. Now, there are 3 optics that I recommend you guys use, potentially even 4, but it's honestly up to you. For the optic that I personally use is 3 options for it, and these are the options that I use. Now, the 3 optics I recommend is the Vision Tech 2X, the Hawksmoor, and the Millstop. Now, I use the Vision Tech 2X because not all the time you're gonna be rushing with this gun. I like to also camp behind corners and camp lanes with this gun sometimes, and you guys can see in the gameplay I kind of do that, and I aim down sight, and I feel like with this sight right here you get a better visual because you can instantly snap on enemies because you can see them clearly. Now, don't get me wrong, the Hawksmoor and the Millstop are also really good, but if you guys want peripheral and you want to rush with it, then I recommend using those 2. But if you can even rush with this one, but because it takes kind of a long time to zoom in, you might lose a gun battle, but that's just my opinion on that whole situation. Now, for this next attachment, I'm actually going to do a separate video on this as well to go into more depth, but this attachment is kind of honestly up to you. There are 2 options that I advise you use for this gun. Now, I recommend using either one of the suppressors, whether it's the regular suppressor or the agency suppressor. I personally use the agency suppressor because I get the vertical recoil boost. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be looking at the damage drop off, which is fine. And if you guys don't want that, that's fine. You can go with the regular suppressor. And some people even go for the plus 17 or was it plus 12 vertical recoil boost. I don't really think you need that. Even though it is a laser, you don't really need that. In the gameplay, I'm using the agency suppressor and I'm doing just fine. Now, for the damage drop off, we're actually going to make up for that. So don't worry about the damage drop off. But the damage drop off isn't even that big of a difference. It really isn't. It's still going to be the 4 to 5 shot kill, I think it is. Yeah, 4 to 5 shot kill to kill with this weapon. In core game modes and hardcore is automatically 1 shot, obviously, but yeah, that's why I use the agency suppressor, because I rather take the vertical recoil boost rather than just have muzzle concealment. And if you guys don't know what muzzle concealment is, basically it just keeps you off the radar and it reduces the little sparks at the end of your gun, if you guys don't know what that means. Now, this next attachment, in my opinion, it is what makes this gun elite, and this is what enhances the weapon, in my opinion. Now, I don't really know the real statistics for this, but take with a grain of salt, like I say with all my class setup videos, because you know there's always more. But the task force barrel, you want the plus 10 damage, the bullet velocity, and the damage. You can't really go wrong with none of that. And the only downside is the ammo capacity. Now, we're gonna make up for that, trust me. Now, most attachments that use task force barrel, it increases your recoil. So your recoil is super high and super crazy, and your guns are just not accurate at all. Now, some people use this on regular guns, some don't. I don't recommend using the task force barrel on any weapon besides the LMG at all. I just don't, because it's just not good. I mean, if you guys can use it, and if you guys control your recoil, like if you guys have a strike pack or a Zen or Cronus Max and you have no recoil in a weapon, then feel free to use task force barrel on any other gun. But for this gun right here, I feel like you need it. It's essential, and you should always go with it. There is no downsides to not using this barrel. The next attachment that you guys are about to see does not matter at all. It is really up to you when it comes to this one. And it is also a laser, so yeah, it really doesn't matter at all. I'm being honest, it does not matter. You guys can pick whatever you want. You guys can pick if you want a flashlight or anything like that. I use this one right here because the reveal distance when I ADS, and I don't really care for the reveal distance when I'm not ADS, because most of the time I'm going to see them anyway, because I only play Nuketown on this game until a better map comes out. But so far I only play Nuketown, so I feel like, and I also camp down corners. Like I told you guys, I camp down lanes, I hit in the corners, I camp with this weapon. There's nothing wrong with camping with this weapon. If you do, you know, you are kind of a bitch, but I only do it when I'm on a nuke or close to a nuclear. But that's really what I recommend you guys use. Now, like I told you guys before, there are many attachments in this game. I personally have preference, and when it comes to a grip, I like to use the Field Agent grip. Now, you guys can also use the Bruiser grip, and the Bruiser grip pretty much increases like your movement speeds, your ADS speeds. It pretty much does that. But with me, I don't need that because I play smart and I like the ADS when I turn a corner. So I'm already prepared when I turn corners. But for the average other player, I recommend also using the Field Agent grip because the recoil, you can't go wrong with recoil control. You can't at all, because it makes your gun more accurate. You know, you're not flinching too much. So and at the end of the day, it works in your favor because your gun's not constantly popping up. But if you guys want to use the Field Agent grip, or you guys want to use the Bruiser grip, it's your personal preference. But me telling you from experience and me being good at Call of Duty for ever since World at War, I recommend you guys use the Field Agent grip. Now, earlier in the video, I told you guys that I had something sweet for y'all. Now, this right here is going to make up for the Task Force barrel. Now, if you guys saw before, the Task Force barrel, it took away your ammo capacity. So, we're going to be slapping on the Salvo 125 round fast mag. Now, if you guys don't want to, it's up to you, but I'm telling you right now, you will burn through ammo quick without this attachment if you're using the Task Force barrel. Because the Task Force barrel, it empties your clips bad. It reduces a lot of your ammo. So, this right here makes it up. And I also recommend running scavengers, so when you run over a dead enemy, you can always pick up their supply and always be stacked up on ammo. So really, you're never going to run out of ammo when you had this attachment with the Task Force barrel. With the 75 round mag, I've ran out of attachments many times. Even when I'm not using the Stoner and I'm using the RPD or the M60, I'll always run out of ammo if I'm not using the fastest mag with the most ammo capacity. So do not use anything other than that. Now, your ADS speed might drop a little bit, which is fine, and if that's the case, I recommend going whatever magazine has the second most. Use that instead if you guys care so much about the ADS speed, which you really shouldn't, but because you're not going to be rushing this gun anyway. If you want to rush, that's up to you. I mean, that's your prerogative. I'm not going to tell you not to rush, but that's up to you. So far, guys, we have ammo, we have damage, and we have recoil control. But one thing we do not have is agility. So we're going to be slapping on the handle for this, and we're going to be putting on the GRU elastic wrap to make up for all the slowness we gain from putting on these attachments. Now, it does give you a plus 30 ADS speed, it gives you a boost while going prone, and it does reduce your flinch. Now, flinch is big in this game, but on this gun, I really feel like the flinch is not that much noticeable, if I'm being honest, because it's an LMG for one, and the flinch on this gun just really isn't that bad. Maybe it's bad without this, because I've always used a Stoner with this right here, and I can't even remember the times when I used a Stoner without this attachment, to be honest. But right there, I got another nuclear, guys. But yeah, it's 2 nuclears in the game, speaking of nuclears. But yeah, that's pretty much what I use when it comes to that, when it comes to getting speed from my gun. Now, guys, this next attachment, I'm gonna give you guys 2 options. You guys can either use the Raider pad or the SAS Combat stock. For the video, I just had the SAS Combat stock. I've never really changed it, and I never really knew why I used it. I really only used it so when I strafe in that ADS and I'm moving on ADS, because sometimes whenever I walk around a corner, I don't like just pop around that corner. Sometimes I ADS and I turn the corner. That's why I use that. But for the other one, I think overall, personally, the Raider might be better. Coming from me, the Raider might actually be better, but you know, I can't really say off the bat because I don't know 100%. There's nothing in this game that's technically better than one or other, because everybody has their preferences on what they like to do, and everybody has different play styles, and a lot of people have different skills. So that is why I use the SAS Combat, because I don't really have a clear answer for it. But overall, if I'm being honest, I recommend using the Raider. That's just personally me. I recommend using the Raider, but I had the SAS Combat on in this gameplay, so I'm going to give you for this gameplay, and I'm also going to tell you guys what I recommend that you guys use. Now, guys, that is actually all the attachments I have for you guys for today, for this video right here. Now, honestly, if you guys want any other class setup, let me know. I got you. And if you guys want some suggested perks I recommend you guys use, I recommend you guys use Flat Jacket or Tac Mask, Scavenger, or Quartermaster, or I don't recommend using Assassin. And if you guys are using Ghost or Spycraft or Cold Blooded or Spycraft or even Ninja, you really can't go wrong with either one of none of those, to be honest, because they're all great. But thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. But it's been your boy Ty 2 times. I'm out. Y'all boys and girls stay safe.